Hi, I'm Danny Tan, and welcome to today's episode of the You're Overqualified podcast. We're talking about why you get great reviews, but you're never getting promoted. And so before we dive in, just so you know, I'm Danny Tan. I'm a founder and leadership coach of She Belongs Here and the podcast host of You're Overqualified. I'm here to give you that loving push and reminder that yes, you are overqualified and you absolutely belong here. I'm first gen Asian Latina. I'm a former VP of a billion-dollar organization who went from being a sample coordinator to VP, 11 promotions in 11 years and 5 career pivots, who went full time to do this because I have been the woman in the room who's wondering, do I belong here? I work with hundreds of women who are crushing it at execution, but suddenly realize that nobody has handed them a manual of how to manage up, influence, negotiate. And that's where I come in. And so this is how you go from being the best executor in the room to being the one that is told, hey, you are strategic and you know how to actually get there. I'm doing a webinar on July the 15th, all about how to be promotion ready in 90 days. So, in that session, we're going to be covering, I've had clients who have landed promotions within 6, 12 months. Sometimes they've landed 2 promotions in a year, have gotten 20 to 50K salary increases, sometimes even double their salaries. And so, this is something that's really near and dear to my heart, especially as someone who achieved 11 promotions in 11 years. I'm packaging it up within this webinar. So, go ahead and register for this live training that's going to be on July the 15th. You can see in the show notes where to go. It's at danitan.com, DANITAN.com. You can go ahead and learn even more /promotion training. All right. So let's dive into today's episode. So I just want you to know that you are probably getting a review or feedback from your manager and they're telling you, oh my gosh, you are killing it. You are doing amazing. And for some reason, you're getting amazing feedback, amazing reviews. And at every promotion cycle, your name's not on the list. You're not getting promoted. And so if that resonates for you, this episode is for you. And I also recommend you join the training on July the 15th. So here's the thing. There is typically a gap, right? There's a gap on the reason why you're getting great feedback, but you're not quite getting that promotion. And that's because getting great feedback and a promotion are two totally different decisions, right? You're acing one, but you're not even in the room for the other. And so that's not a problem of that you're not executing or doing the work. It's just a system that someone has not yet explained to you, a system or process when it comes to what it takes to get a promotion approved and pushed through within your organization. And so a lot of the times we have been told or have the understanding that if I'm doing the work, I'm hitting my goals, I'm getting great feedback, the result is getting a promotion. But the reality is that there's typically a system in place that maybe was not explained to you. A lot of the times it's not explained to us. And so this is what I want you to know is that timing is the truth teller. And this is the thing. Promotions aren't decided at your review. One more time. Promotions are not decided at your review. They are shaped and planned and talked about months before your review, sometimes even a year out. And depending on your organization, there may be a calibration that might have to happen. There may be a committee that there might have to be. You may have to be evaluated to see if you're even up for a promotion. Sometimes there has to be budget talks and approvals with finance. Sometimes there has to be structuring with HR to see if there's room for that. So by the time your review actually comes, all of these conversations have happened prior. And so this is just what it takes of the basics to make sure this happens. And so you always want to make sure that when your case is to be reviewed, be promoted, you have not missed the window. So timing is super crucial when it comes to promotion. The next thing that I want you to understand is that it's very important to have strategic visibility in order to get promoted, right? What does that mean? So if you are not letting the people who are actually important to you who are really crucial to you getting promoted know about the work that you're doing, it doesn't matter how hard you work or what is it you do. So you can go ahead and keep the receipts of the work that you've done, all the things you've been leading, the projects you've been focusing on. But if the right people don't know the work that you've been doing, it does not help your business case to get it approved. A lot of the times, we believe that our manager is the person who's going to make everything happen. But what reality is within the system and the process of getting promotions, it typically is more than one person that must help get a promotion approved. And so if that is the case, then what you have to do is make sure you're having visibility with the right people and identifying the right people of what it will take in order to get your promotion happening. And so the people who, especially the women who get promoted, understand one, what is the process for their organization for a promotion cycle? And two, who are the right people they need to get in front of and talk about their work. So that way, before the decision is made, they already known. And it's not about bragging, right? It's about making sure that you're not living in a bubble that only you know your work and only your manager knows your work. And that's exactly why I am hosting this live training on July the 15th. I'm going to talk about all these key things of what it takes in order to map out your leadership ecosystem, to know who are the key people for that to happen, to talk about timelines in general, and also how to be strategic with your visibility. So I highly recommend that you join it. It's in the show notes, the link to register. But you can also, go ahead and go to my website at daytan.com/promotion dash training. And if you are somebody who is an individual contributor and you're trying to get to that manager level and you're just like, how do I make this happen? Here's the thing is that you can be an amazing individual contributor, but when you're stepping into that first manager role, you're realizing that there are these thoughts that are coming up of, oh, I'm realizing I've been really good at being the doer, executor in the weeds, and now I have to have more vision and strategy and lead people, right? That can feel like, how do I do that? You may be a manager going for that director level role. Director is like the first executive level leadership position. And so there typically is resistance or difficulty to break through that director level role. Once you're able to break through that, you're able to recreate that for your future self. But being able to know that if that is you and you're feeling stuck, it's going to take a lot of influence and understanding your stakeholder leadership and your ecosystem in order to make that happen. If you are a senior leader and you're trying to push for VP, especially if it's internally or externally, it does not matter. Again, that is going to be a lot about being able to have strategic visibility as well as building out your relationship and understanding the ecosystem within your organization of what it takes. And so, this is what I'm going to say. At the end of the day, for each of these things, it's not about waiting for 3 months out. It's not about waiting to your performance review. It's about planning in advance. Period. And so, if you are like, wait a minute, there's so many things that this just sparked for me, then I highly recommend that you register for my workshop on July the 15th. And it's how to get promotion ready in 90 days. The link is in the show notes. It's danitan.com, DANITAN.com/promotion dash training. And then we're going to map out what it will take for you to get promotion ready in 90 days. It's free, it's live, it's 90 minutes. You get to go ahead and get some teachings from me on what I've shown that's been proven for my clients who have gone 1 to 2 promotions in a year, multiple salary increases, as well as how I used it to get my 11 promotions in 11 years, and then also get a map of what it looks like to make that happen for yourself. So hopefully this had a lot of juicy bits for you to bite on, and I will see you next week.